we move on to the next important presentation that is waiting for us by Professor Veernarayana Pandurangi-ji. We are ready to go for the next session, right? All of us? Yeah. So, sir is professor and dean with Vedanta faculty, Karnataka Sanskrit University. He is also the co-founder of Bharatiya Vidvat Parishad. He is recipient of the Badarayan Vyas Samman at the hands of President of India in 2011. He comes in the Pandurangi family, and this family has contributed highly to the development of philosophies of Dvaita Vedanta and Nyaya for the last 500 years. So that's an amazing contribution. To have him amongst us is our fortune. His PhD in Dvaita Vedanta from Rashtriya Sanskrit Sansthan, New Delhi, and PhD in Nyaya from Rashtriya Sanskrit Vidyapith, Tirupati. His research fields include the Indian logic, Dvaita Vedanta, Purva Vimansa, ancient Indian historiography, and machine translation published in many books and papers. His topic is Purāṇic Cosmology from the lens of I'm not sure whether I've written the right word. It is Madhavācarya or Madhavācarya? Madhavācarya, that's the right word. Because there was some problem in the schedule, I was not sure. Yeah. So it's indeed an honor to have you here, sir.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Osthapidhana Nakuli Dantai Parivrata Pavihi Sarvasyai Vachayishana Charumami Havadayet Abhramam Bhangarahitam Majadam Vimalam Sada Ananda Tirthamatulam Bhajeta Patrayapaham. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. I was very much in a difficult situation yesterday, but now with the preamble provided by Professor M.D. Srinivasan, I am comfortable. I can present what I wanted to speak. So we can make it bigger. That will be. So we have a caution. I have been given the subject that Purāṇic cosmology as per the lens of Madhavācarya. There are Madhavācarya has described some of the aspects in his works, Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya and also Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, etc. And Vadaraja Tirtha, he has detailed it in his Bhugola Varnana, and there are two more Bhugola Varnanas, one by Sumatindra Tirtha and another by Vadindra Tirtha. Apart from these Sanskrit works, some details are available in the Kannada works of Vijayadasa also. So this is the situation. We have caution that Achintya khalu ye bhavaha natam starkena yojayet, natam starkena sadhayet. It is the Mahabharata. And Yah pravrittam shrutim samyak shastrancha rishibhashitam doshayed anabhidnyaya sabhaved brahmaghatakaha. It is what written by. So I am very much cautious about what to say. And curiously, my grandfather, he was talking to one of the Jyotishas at the time, around 70, 80 years back. And that Jyotisha, he told that Vedavyasa did not know about the correct planetary situation, so he wrote something else. My grandfather immediately slapped that person on face. Don't speak such things. It was the situation, but That's why I am very much cautious, but I want to present what is more understandable and more reasonable things here. So when we speak about the cosmology, Puranic cosmology, normally we overlook Vedic cosmology, the Vedic base of the cosmology, but there are so many things that are available in the Vedas. All the lokas, 7 lokas, 6 lokas they are stated in the Vedas. For the Rigveda 154 says, Vishnu param padam avbhati bhuri. It is both taken to mean the Shimshumara and also the original Vishnu loka. And Tisrodhyavaha Saviturdva Upastha Ekayamasya Bhone Virashat. Speaking about the 6 Dyulokas. And again, this 154 Rigveda says, Yo Askabhaya Duttaram Sadhastham Vichakrama Anastrethoraгаyaha. Yes, the 154. Yo Askabhaya Duttaram Sadhastham. This Sadhastha and the Madhyama Sadhastha, Uttara Sadhastha, that refers to Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. It is as interpreted in the Bhagavata, etc. So, Tritiyetvam Ayam Shaluluvihi Amimita Dhiraha. It speaks about the 6 Urvis, Dyulokas, Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha, etc. We have to figure out exactly what lokas these Vedic texts speak, but there is a reference. And Tritiyatvam Rajati Tastivamsam, it is there. And more importantly, the Rigveda Vishwakarma Sukta speaks about the Ajasya Nabhav Adhekam Arpitam. Whole concept of Padmanabha, Purusha, stems up from this sentence. Paramatma is sleeping and Padma is there. The Padma is not exactly mentioned here in this sentence, but Mahabharata interprets so. And Madhavācarya uses the same thing. So, there are few quotations and about the Vaikuntha, Aparajita Puri, Devanam Puri, Ayodhya. The Vaikuntha Loka, where there are 3 divisions, Shri Bhaga, Bhu Bhaga and Durga Bhaga, where Shri Bhaga is called Ayodhya. Such references are there. And moreover, Chandogya Upanishad speaks, Arascha Havainyascha Aranavo Brahmaloke. There are 2 oceans of Ara and Nya in the Brahmaloka, that is Vaikuntha. It is covering the 2 portions of Shri Bhaga. So the Amuktas cannot go there. Such things are available in the Chandogya Upanishad and also the Kaushitiki Upanishad. Vaikum Brahmalokasya Araha Hrataha, it is found there. One more interesting point is Dvatrimshatam Vai Devarathasya Anhyani Ayam Lokaha Tam Samantam Prathivi Dvistavat Pariyeti Tam Samantam Prathivim Dvistavat Samudrah Pariyeti. It is the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad where Madhavācarya shows the correct the travel of Surya Ratha. We will come to it later. But it refers to the Dvatrimshat Muhurta of a day. One day, Dvatrimshat Muhurta, how Dvatrimshat Muhurta is counted, this 2.5 Ghatikas or 1 Muhurta, like that Madhavācarya has interpreted. If you put 2 Ghatikas, then it will be Trimshat Muhurta and Dvatrimshat Muhurta, etc. So, this is the Devaratha travels one day. That is the whole traveling distance. Tamlokam Samantam Prithvi. That Prithvi is Tamas, Andhan Tamas, what we are seeing in the Bhagavata. And Samantam Prithvi Dyustavat Samudra Ghanodaka, it is referring to the Ghanodaka. Because this Prithvi, it is very hard. That's why it is referring to Tamas. So such references are found in the Vedas. And in the Meru Parvata, we have so many references. But which Meru Parvata, again, there is difference of opinion. But interestingly, the Kroshtaki, who is mentioned in the Vardhagarga also, is mentioned in this Vayu Purana. Vayu Purana is more similar to the Brahmanda Purana. They have common theme. Shatashrimenam menetrihi sahasrashrim sahasra asrim rishihi bhraguhu ashtashrimenam savaranihi chutarasrantu bhaguri. There are so many people, how they see, they describe so. So the Kroshtaki says, Kroshtaki Parimandalam. Kroshtaki says the whole Meru Parvata is Parimandala, full round. Such references are available there. So I am not going to talk much about the Meru Loka. Meru Parvata may be symbolic or maybe this thing. But one thing I want to clarify is, so it is again coming to the epistemological points. Where the Vedas are valid and where the Pratyaksha is valid. Pratyakshaika pramaneshu pratyakshasya upajivita. The things that we can see by Pratyaksha, their Pratyaksha only is upajivya. We can have to accept the Pratyaksha only. But whereas some things which are not totally understandable or understood or under the coverage of our indriyas, then they are out of coverage of our indriyas. So these things, Agamaika Pramaneshu Vedasya Upajavyata. It is the Madhavācarya's view. So the Mahameru and Saptadvipa, Saptasagara, whether these are available, they are under the coverage of our indriyas or not. If they are not under the coverage of our indriyas, then certainly we cannot take the Pratyaksha Virodha there. So whatever is available and whatever is Pratyaksha, then we have to accept according to the Pratyaksha. Whatever seen by Pratyaksha, then we have to accept only Pratyaksha. So I will skip with Lokana Utpatti. It is very interesting. Again, Mahasalila, Ghanodaka or Garbhodaka, it speaks about. Tadva idamapaha salilamasit. Little bit. Tadva idamapaha salilamasit. So many texts speak about the Salila and also Brahmanda. Ratasya pade kavayo nipanti anda koshe bhuvanam bibharti suvarnam kosham rajasa parivratam. The Suvarna Kosha, the Taittiriya Aranyaka speaks about the Suvarna Kosha, and so many Shatapata Brahmana, etc., they all speak about the Apova idam agre salilamevasa hiranyam tapyamanasu hiranmayam andam sambabhuva tadidam hiranmayam andam yavat samvarasya vela tavat paryaplavata. So again this Hiranyanda, it is going down and coming up, etc. These are all mentioned in the Shatapata Brahmana and also Jaimini Brahmana. Again there is one more mention about the Brahmanda, where it has got the silver upside and the golden downside also. I think it is missing here. Tad hiranmayam andam samoshat phallityevam idam andam nirabhadyata. The Jaimini Brahmana speaks about the cracking of this Brahmanda. Phalliti evedam andam nirabhidyata. That is also a very interesting thing that we will see now. And the many texts, Vishnu Purana, etc., they speak about the gradual development of this Brahmanda, not very single one, ekdam upar se aa gaya, aise nahi hai, wo iska gradual development this speaks. Mahadadya Visheshanda, please go up. Yes. Here, Sametya Anyonya Sanyogam Paraspara Samashrayah Ekasanghata Samprapya Ekamasheshatah Purushadhishtitatvacha Pradhananugrahena cha Mahadadya Visheshanda Hendam Utpadayantite Tatkramena Vivruddham Sat Jalabudbadavat Samam. The small bubble in the water that gradually becomes bigger, like that the whole Brahmanda, it became bigger, and such Brahmanda is mentioned. And this Brahmanda, it is normally mentioned as Tadandam Abhavad Dhaimam Sahasramsha Samaprabham. It is made of gold and Sahasramsha Samaprabham. Sahasramsha Samaprabham, normally we neglect it, but it seems that the Puranas, they indicate of a very high heat of the Sahasramsha Samaprabha. The 1000 suns burning together, that much of heat was there. So, Tadandam Abhodhaimam Jwalamala Kulam Vibho, there are some other mentions which make it clear in Bhagavata also, that Brahmanda that fell on the water for 1000 years, Devamana, it was there in the water, though it cooled down, and then only the Srishti happened in the Brahmanda. Such things are can be interpreted by modern people to maybe Big Bang, I don't know. It is, I don't know whether somebody has resorted to such interpretations. And what about the Sankhya of the Brahmanda? The many texts speak about the thousands of Brahmanda at a time, but Madhavācarya has said that only one Brahmanda exists at one time. There is no such story about different Brahmas meeting. Such things we don't hear in the Puranas or any other thing. One Brahma, and one Brahma is regulating the whole world. This is the situation. And we are coming to a very important thing about the Parimana of the whole Brahmanda. How much Brahmanda, how big is the Brahmanda? Normally Bhagavata says, is it the Panchashat Koti Brahmanda? Next thing, Brahmanda Pramana. Yes, here. Yes, that is the many texts. They speak about the Panchashat Koti and also Shatakoti Pramana. And many texts they speak about the Brahmanda Karpara, the golden Karpara, that is 100 yojana also. So such things are there. But we will come back to the actual Brahmanda. So, what is the Brahmanda? Whether this 50 yojanas, 50 koti yojanas, that all make the Brahmanda, or we have to accommodate so many other things which we see in the skies, all the grahas and all the nakshatras, whatever the nakshatras that we see, I think that everything should be included in the Brahmanda. So, whatever light, billions of light years that modern science speaks, I think that it should be included in the Brahmanda. So, this Skanda Purana that speaks, Nakshatra Mandalam Kratsnam Uparishtat Prakashate Chaturdasha Arbudani Ashiti Saritam Patihi Vimshatischa Tatha Kotya Nakshratranam Prakirtita, etc. So, some it may not be comprehensible, maybe we need to add some more things, but some nakshatra mandalas are given, but all these things should be included in the Brahmanda. So actually Brahmanda becomes very big and big. Even if we see the actual situation that Vishnu is creating only one Brahmanda at a time, that means that Brahmanda is not such a small thing. It should be a very big thing to accommodate all the things. That is what I mean. So, that Brahmanda we don't see. We don't see the Saptasagara, Saptadvipas, because it is such a very vast creation. We don't see all these things, but what we see is the many things which is globular. Something, the Harivamsha speaks about the Padmakara Prathivi. यानि पद्मस्य पत्राणि भूरिण्यूर्ध्वं नराधिप ते दुर्गमा शैलचिताः म्लेच्छदेशाः विकल्पिताः. Padmas, Kesaras, even Bhagavata speaks about the same thing, the Padma Kesara and Padma Patras and Padma Patrani, and also the downwards Padma Patras, Mlechadesha Vikalpita. So, Mlechadeshas are all included in this Bharata Varsha. So, I don't think that we have to accept something, they all speak about the other world. And Bhagavata is famous Bhugolaka Vishesham Nama Rupa Lakshana Manataha Vyakhyasyaamaha. Tatra there is one more reference. This Bhugola cannot be fully described. It is in the beginning of the 16th Adhyaya of the Bhagavata. So, Vibhudhayasha Shatenapi, even if we take hundreds of years, hundreds of lives, then we cannot finish the Brahmanda. So it is such vast Brahmanda, but I want to Bhugolaka Vishesham. I am only describing the Bhugolaka Vishesham, a small portion of the Brahmanda. That is what it suits my view. And Yogava Ayam Kamala Kuvalaya Kamala Kosha Abhyantara Kosha. It speaks about the Jambudvipa. Jambudvipa is like Kamala. Kuvalaya Kamala, Kosha, Abhyantara Kosha. There is one Padma, and inside the Padma, such things are spoken of. And all other, what we see, what we, the whole globe that we see now is only Bharata Varsha. We don't see any other Varshas, Hari Varsha, Kimpurusha, etc., etc. One instance in Mahabharata says Arjuna wanted to conquer the Uttara Kurus, but the people in Uttara Kuru said, you don't enter the Uttara Kuru, it is not possible for humans to enter all these things. Such was the decision. So, what the Puraṇakara says, we have the only Bharata Varsha with us, and everything is not visible to us, or we cannot go there. It is the situation. So, again the Dvipas. How many Dvipas are there? The Bhagavata speaks about the 8 Dvipas. Ashtau ha eke Dvipan upadeshanti sakaratmatajayihi ashvan veshana imam mahitam mahim paritaha tadyatha swarna prastha chandra shuklaha avartanaha. Please go up. Please go up. Go up, go up. Go up, go up, go up. Yes, yes, this is the... So, 8 Dvipas, Bhagavata speaks. It is Swarna Prastha, Chandra Shukla, etc., etc. Simhalaha Lanka also. These are the Dvipas of Jambudvipa, Upadvipas of Jambudvipa, not the Bharata Varsha, not even Bharata Khanda, as Bhagavata speaks. But whereas in the Matsya Purana and all other Brahmanda Purana, etc., Vayu Purana, etc., that we have very detailed description of Bharata Varshas. Now 9 khandas of Dvipas of the Bharata Varsha. That is very detailed description. Bharatasya Varshasya Navabhedan Nipodhata Indradvipah Kasheruscha Tamraparano Gabhastiman Nagadvipas Tatha Somyaha Gandharvas Tutavarunaha Ayam cha Navastesham Dvipaha Dvipo Tatra Dvipaha Sagara Samvrataha Yojananam Sahasrantu Dvipoyam Dakshinottaraha. It is very clear, 1000 yojana from south north and now 9000 yojanas from east to west. That is the Bharata Varsha Bharata Khanda, it includes from Himalayas to Kanyakumari, and also from the eastern parts of the maybe Burma and all other countries, and to Arabia to the west. So this is the Bharata Khanda. That's why we say Bharata Varshe, Bharata Khande, what we are in the very clear. Dvipo Hyupanivishtoyam Lecher Anteshu Sarvashaha. Yavanascha Kiratascha Tasyante Puru Paschime. Kiratas are there in the eastern side and Yavanas are in the western side. This is the Matsya Purana speaks. And Shadete Kathitaha, again Vayu Purana speaks about some Anudvipa, etc., etc., which is not very much clear which Anudvipas it is speaking. But there are so many references, and we are coming to the Sudarshana Dvipa. So it is also, what is Sudarshana Dvipa? There is one description of Sudarshana Dvipa in the Mahabharata. It says, Mahabharata says, Parimandalo Maharaja. Please make it big, go up. This is what Pavaneshwar Das has made. Tiruvenkatacharya, he took up this issue and made a representation that it is about Ayam evam Sudarshana Dvipa drishyate Chandramandale. If we see Chandramandala, this Sudarshana Dvipa looks like Dviramshay Pipalastatra, Dviramshay cha Shashwamahan. Two parts of one Pipala leaf, two Pipala leaves, and another is the Dviramshay cha Shashwamahan, one big rabbit. So both together they make this Sudarshana Dvipa, as we see in the next picture. So it is the Ulta Shasha is there. It makes Asia and Africa, and Dviramshaha Pipalaha, it makes most of the North and South America. I don't know where Australia has gone, but it is there. So this Mahabharata text, it speaks about the Bharata Varsha. Bharata Varsha itself is thought as the Sudarshana Dvipa, not all about what we see the whole globe now is included in this thing, and it is Parimandala. The text speaks that it is Parimandala. It is fully round. So Parimandalo Maharaja Dviposo Chakra Samsthitaha. And how to accommodate such bhumi in the Bhagavata, there are some efforts put by scholars that they think that this Sudarshana Dvipa is stuck on the edge of Jambudvipa. But I don't think that it is very much possible, because when Surya is traveling from such a vast distance, the whole Jambudvipa either should be having night or day. It is not possible that it is getting some day or some night, something like that. There is a problem. And if it is stuck on the edge of Jambudvipa, then there is a problem that where it is stuck and why we are not finding the stick it is sticking. Such problems are there. But they speak about such Jambudvipa around Bharata Varsha, where we can accommodate everything, and which is more feasible with to accommodate the Grahana, etc., etc. There is no such problems. And also Nadi, Bhagavata speaks about the four parts of the Ganga which is falling in the different Varshas. Whereas Vayu Purana, etc., they are speaking about the 7 parts of the Ganga Nadi which flow into east, west and south. That is the, make it bigger, sir. Nalini, Ladini, Pavani, Nalini, etc. Nalini, Hladini chayo, Pavani chayo, Praggata, Sita, Chakshuscha, Sindhuscha, Pratichim, Dishamashritaha, Saptami, Tvanugatasam, Dakshinena Bhagirati. So our people, they knew the geography very much exactly, where the rivers are going. The Bhagirathi is going to the south and Sindhu, etc. Sita, Chakshuscha, Sindhuscha, Pratichim, Dishamashritaha. They are going to the western direction and some rivers are going to the eastern directions. So we cannot claim that they are totally out of touch with the modern geography. And this Vayu Purana, it has very detailed delta area or what the flowing area of these 7 rivers. Mostly they include the whole of the Asia, I suppose. Names may be different in the modern times, but it covers whole of Asia. And coming to where Madhavācarya has stated, the Dvatrimshatam Vai Devaratasya Anhyani, the Surya travels a day 7 crore 14 lakh 28,000 and some Tatribhagadikam, Madhavācarya has said. Saptakotincha Lakshanam Chaturdashacha Nityashaha Ashtavimshat Sahasrancha Saptamsha Shatapanchakam. Ashtavimshat Sahasra, and there is some more Saptamsha Shatapanchaka of the Ashtavimshat Sahasra, such description is there. And importantly, Madhavācarya says it is not about the Kali Yugamana, it is all about the Krita Yugamana. Nranam Karta Yuganantu Yojana Manato Bhavet. And Vadiraja Tirtha says the same about the whole description of Bhagavata, which says 50 crore Brahmanda. It is all about the Krita Yugamana, not the Kali Yugamana. So it is Kali Yugamana, we say Sardha Trihasta is the Kali Yugamana, whereas the Ashtavimshati Hasta is the Krita Yugamana. What they mean, I suppose. Exactly, I don't know where the Krita Yugamana is mentioned in the Puranas. Exactly, I don't know. So this is the situation, and we have this Brahmanda. Next slide, there is Brahmanda. It is all 25 crore, how it is all divided by which Dvipa, which Samudra, etc., etc. These are all there. And this is the whole Brahmanda. Brahmanda, it can be made bigger. So it is well known. But below the Brahmanda there is Vishnu Kurma, and inside the Brahmanda there is Vishnu Kurma, and again Vayu Kurma, and against the Shesha, and he is having Meru, and there is all Narakasa, etc. in the bar there, and again Brahmanda, and again after the Brahmanda there is 100 crore Prithvi Avarana, and 1000 crore, 1000 Yojana Jala Avarana, etc. Very big Avarana. It is all described in the Bhagavata. And Vishnu's abode, 3 abodes, Shvetadvipa, Anantasana, Vaikuntha, they are all mentioned here. And in the last slide, where last slide is there. So, 3 parts of the Vaikuntha, where this is the Sri Bhaga, middle is the Sri Bhaga, and both sides Ara and Nya. That is what mentioned in the Upanishad. So, this is the one general idea. Mostly it is known to everyone. So, I come to my conclusion. The Bhagavata says, Navai Maharaja Bhagavato Maya Guna Vibhutehe Kashtham Manasa Vacha Va Adhigantu Malam Vibhudhayushapi Tasmat Pradhaniva Bhugolaka Vishesham Namarupa Mana Lakshanato Vyakhyasayama. It is only, I am describing only part, not the whole Brahmanda or what. And Vishnu Purana also speaks about same thing. Maitraya Shruyata Meta Sankshepat Vadato Mama Nasya Varsha Shatenapi Vaktum Shakyaha Ati Vistaraha. So, I suppose they have made one model for the whole Brahmanda. That is 25 crores, 50 crores Brahmanda. It may be actually more bigger. This is my assumption based on the Bhagavata sentence. And Madhavācarya has very clearly given some cautions. Lokadarshanamashritya devascha munayasthatha bruyuh kathasthatha tatra shiksha grahyan arthaha kathanchana. Just move upside the last one. Lokadarshanamashritya devascha munayasthatha. Yes. Lokadarshanamashritya devascha munayasthatha bruyuh kathastatra tatra shiksha grahyan arthak kathanchana. So the Samadhi Bhasha, Guhya Bhasha and Darshana Bhasha, three bhashas are there. In the three bhashas, Samadhi Bhashaya yaduktam tadeva grahyam tatra Guhya Bhashaya va Darshana Bhashaya va yaduktam tatsarvam nagrahyam iti tesham ashaya. So all the stories are there, but we cannot say everything to be taken literally, because they want to give some education or shiksha for the people. That's why they use such things. So it is the general outline that I have given. Here I wanted to say a few things. Yes. So actually they might be, again Bhagavata says, once upon a time when Krishna and Balarama were living in the Dwaravati, there was a big eclipse. It speaks about the eclipse. Athaikada Dwaravatyam Vasato Ramakrishnayoho Suryoparaga Sumahan Asit Kalpakshaye Yatha. There was a very big eclipse and the whole India went to Samantapanchaka. Tamjnatva Manujarajan Purastadeva Sarvashaha Sarvataha Samantapanchakam Kshetram Yayuhu Shreyo Vidhitsaya. So everybody they knew it in advance and they went for the Kurukshetra to perform in 3 months, etc., etc. So they had some mechanism to understand the Graha Nakshatra, etc. But the whole description given in the Bhagavata is not Arthavada, not Avidyamana Upasana. As Nilakanta Swamiyaji, etc., there are epistemological differences there. Madhavācarya says, Nacharamantyaho asadupasanaya atmahanaha. If we meditate upon the unreal things, then we will be in very difficulty. So, not asadupasana may not be Arthavada, but it is a form of Bhagavanta, Bhagavan Vishnu. That is given for the Yetad Bhagavato Rupam Sthulante Vyahratam Maya Mahyadibhischavaranaihi Ashtabhihi Bahiravratam. So it is for the meditation. It is one form of the Bhagavan, one form of the Vishnu. That is for the meditation. If we understand this, if we meditate this Sthula Rupa, then we can go for the Sukshma Rupa. That's what he says. Atah param sukshmam sukshmatamam avyaktam nirvisheshanam anadi madhyanidhanam nityam vangmanasah param. That is not describable at all. So we can go to the Sukshma from this Sthula, we can go to the Sthula. That's why the whole Nabhya Asid Antariksham Shirshnodev Samavartata, etc., etc., all this for the meditation. It is one form of the God, so we cannot say it is against the modern astrology or modern science or even our Siddhantic models. So Siddhantic models, they are for the astronomical calculation, Grahana, etc. They have different, they might have different calculations. We don't know, Aryabhatta is the first one that we have, the Siddhanta, but there must be earlier Siddhanta texts because the whole Amavasya, etc., all our Taittiriya Aranyakas and Vedas, they speak about the Darshapurnamasa and Gavamayana, Vishwat, etc., etc. So they had a very clear mechanism, and Professor R. N. Iyengar is studying more about this thing. So this is what seems more feasible than simply assuming that the same Grahagati, etc. And people knew it. And Vadaraja Tirtha speaks about the 100 Ketus and the Grahana when happens when the Surya and Chandra, they happen in the same Rashi. But still they use the Rahu. So there are certain details. I hope it is more acceptable. Thanks for organizers to speak in the presence of all the scientists. I am not a scientist, so I cannot claim exactly the positions, etc. But what I have understood, I am presenting here. Thanks for patient listening. It is Mahabharata is the name, but it includes the Ramayana and Mahabharata. Yes, Bhagavata also. But he has written a separate commentary on the Bhagavata Tatparya. But it is only partial. When some different difficult shlokas are there, they are commented in the Bhagavata Tatparya. But whereas the story is Deshe Deshe Tatha Granthan Drashtva Cheva Prathak Vidan, come to some reconciliation with so many texts available in different countries. He says some 5,000 slokas are there. This is the thing. No, same. Vijayadasa Srishti Prakarana Suladis are there. They all speak about the same thing, but they also take something from some Puranas. Some Puranas, but yes, Tirtha Prabandha is separate work, and all the Haridasas, they have spoken about the different Tirtha Kshetra, Sudadi, etc.
What makes you think that there is only one Brahmanda?
Brahadanda Mahud Ekam.
Because you see that I am from Odisha. From the very childhood we have heard in the Odisha Bhagavad Purana, Brahmanda Mala Mala Hoi Tarumo Kupe Birajai.
Yes.
Means it is addressing
Yes.
Mahavishnu, that Brahmanda Mala Mala, when many Brahmandas, they are emanating from your pores of your body.
Yes, that is what spoken about in the Bhagavata, where it says one Brahma, he saw so many Ananta Koti Brahmandas in his different, the wells of Romakupas. But that is where Madhavācarya has stated that no, it is actually Brahma. He saw all these Ananta Brahmandas with the power of Vishnu only, but not actually Ananta Brahmandas are existing in one time. Because this Brahmanda itself is so vast, there is no need to create so many Brahmandas at one time, and we never heard anything. If there are so many Brahmandas and these people must be able to travel to one Brahmanda, another Brahmanda, and all the Brahmas are having dinner, etc. Such things are not. Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayaka can be, that can be.
I'll just give One reason why it cannot be true, you see, Krishna's pastimes are eternal. He finishes one pastime in this Brahmanda, goes to next Brahmanda and performs. And goes to another Brahmanda and performs. So if you only stick to one Brahmanda, then this eternal pastimes of Krishna will be refuted.
So Krishna is having his pastimes in so many lokas inside this Brahmanda. He may not be showing all these things to us, gopis or all people, but Goloka and so many, with this infinite power, he can take infinite rupa and the whole world is the dance of Krishna. So there is no such problem.
There is dissolution of each Brahmanda. So when dissolution happens, it cannot apply to eternality. Eternality will happen only if there is infinite Brahmanda.
No. Of course, all the texts they speak, when this Brahmanda is gone, then Vishnu will speak, will sleep for 100 years and then he will get up and again he will create the whole thing. So there will be no such purpose, there is no sleeping, etc. because he will be 24/7, he will be always creating and destroying all these things. That is what Madhavācarya says that one Brahmanda.
Okay, right.
Okay. I wanted to different topic.
One thing that you have asked, Anantakoti, how Anantakoti Brahmanayaka, Vishnu is eternal, so he is continuously one after another, that Anantakoti Brahmanayaka that happens.
Okay, thank you. Different topic. When you mentioned at the end, Madhavācarya's conclusion is that we meditate on the universe as the form of God. Now, you gave an example that of the Sthula Rupa and the Sukshma Rupa. Did Madhavācarya offer any insights in terms of our meditation on the Sthula Rupa in order to understand the Sukshma?
Yes.
Could you give some of those?
I will, very detailed is there, I will give. The whole Bhagavata Tattvarya, Dvitiya Skandha, he has made about how to, which people they meditate upon which Rupa, etc. Very detailed discussion is there.
So that's meditation on the Sukshma Rupa, on the form of God, in order to understand the universe, or vice versa.
Yes.
In continuation with the previous question, I want to ask if there is description on Sthula Rupa and Sukshma Rupa, then Sthula Rupa, according to Madhavācarya I am talking, that we can understand because Krishna Bhakti is there. But Sthula Rupa, if it is Sukshma, and if it is Sukshma, does it, according to Advaita, etc., it can be Nirguna Brahma. But according to Madhavācarya, it cannot be. So, how does he define Sukshma Rupa? That is one thing, my one question. My another question was that the Swarna Kosha you had mentioned, in Taittiriya Rajasa Parivrutam is the word. So, what does Rajas stand for there? Because Rajas can be Rajoguna and Rajas also can be dust, different meaning or defect, etc. But also, what is the meaning over there? Why it is Rajasa Parivrutam? Is it because of action, the motion, that virtue of creation? Is it because of that? Because creation happens only when Rajoguna is in preponderance. So is it because of that? Because with so many meanings of Rajas, that question stands over there. And about Bhagavata Purana, when you said Bhugola Vishesham Nama Rupa Mana Lakshmanata Vyakhyasama. So there, what happens is that it is definitely, he is saying that Nama Bhugola, the entire Bhugola. He is describing by Nama, the names, the Rupa, the forms, and even Mana. What is the expanse of it? But the previous line which you have quoted, I think that, it is my assumption, I don't say I am correct. It was about Purusha, etc. No? I think that previously these verses were not divided into numbers. So sometimes three lines go together And next was actual, the topic changes with the last line of a verse. So it may be that bifurcation by that meaning will be more clear, that they are two different things. That is what I understand. Different topics they are. That is what I feel. You may have a difference of opinion. Anybody can have. And one thing is that it was said that pratyaksha, whatever is pratyaksha that we see, that has to be accepted. If it is so, then and because those things which cannot be reached by our organs, but our sense organs, everywhere in all darshanas it has been said that sense organs are limited power, no? That is why achintya arup, we say, no? Yattad adreshyam, achintyam. That is why those descriptions are there. So why to say that because we cannot experience it by our sense organs, it cannot be true about Brahmanda, etc. So these are the thoughts which which had come to my mind. And the last was when you quoted Vishnurukam Veerani Pravacham, Yoparthivani Bhimam. I think that it was simple. There it was about dividing the earth and the heaven. It has been said that he had established Uttara Sadasthar, you said, no? That verse says actually, he has, Vishnu has divided the heaven and the earth. And when it is being said about go, etc., no? About Kirana, the word go in Sanskrit has not only the meaning as cow, but the rays of the sun. And I think that in this Vishnu Sukta, etc., everywhere, whenever we think about go, or and then later on Puranas, Gava mein agrata santu, Gava mein santu Krishnata, etc., we never think that it speaks about jnana, because that go, the ray, it stands again for light, and light stands for knowledge. So I think that these Puranic verses also, in that light, we should there is a time that we interpret in that way.
So it is quite possible. There is one Prithviya Saptadhama is there, and the same Yo Astadhaya Utram Sarastam Vichakramana Straighodagaya is interpreted by Bhagavata to mean that Brahman was thinking that Brahmaloka was trembling with the power of this Vishnu. When Vishnu took such a big form, the Brahmaloka was trembling, it was coming out of its Kakshya. It was interpreted by Bhagavata there as. And Suvarna Kosham Rajasa Parivartam, Rajas may be anything. Anyhow, it has got 9 avarnas. The Brahmanda has got 9 avarnas, Prithvi avarana, Jala avarana, Vaya avarana, Akasha. Such description may be there. So, Rajasa, Rajo Guna may not be meant there.
मैं बहुपृष्ठ में था अतर भवता ज्ञानम अधिकमस्ति बहुपृष्ठम अतर भवता माति प्राक्षिति न
तथा नास्ति अहं तो यद् अहं जानामि अहं तो अल्पः अस्मि अल्पं जानामि एते मम तु I am by training I am Nayayika and Vedanta epistemological Vedanta, not all these things. Only I am learning with Professor Iyengar, whatever little. Alekar says that if I have really learned, then I will not speak in such a way. Anyhow, thanks for.
I think, Professor Pandurangi-ji, the purpose of your presentation has been complete. It has aroused the curiosity and the thought process in everyone's mind, and their brain is functioning to the full. And I'm sure they will have a lot of questions for you post this too. But what I would like to particularly quote from your presentation is that the purpose of understanding cosmology is finally achieving that perfection in meditation on the Lord. So that's the purpose that we should not forget, which is quoted particularly by Madhavācarya. And we are all grateful to Madhavācarya to make this particular contribution, which is so sublime and pure, towards thee. So thank you so much for this particular presentation.